When we create polymers, we have special types of reactions that occur. Polymers are created from monomers. Our monomers tend to be monosaccharides, which will make disaccharides and polysaccharides. Fatty acids and glycerols are a monomer that makes up triglycerides, and amino acids are a monomer that makes up polypeptides and proteins. So for starters, a condensation reaction is something that occurs. It produces water. You can think that water condenses, it forms on the outside of a pop bottle. So if you're condensation, we're producing water, and this is when two polymers combine. Hydrolysis is the opposite. It comes from hydro, water, lysis, break apart, and that's when we create monomers from polymers. And we'll show you a couple examples here. Here is our first example. You can see we've got glucose and glucose, which are monomers because they are a monosaccharides. And when they combine here, the way they need to form is you need to get this bond between those carbons and oxygen over there. Well, the only way that's going to work is if we get rid of one of these OHs and we get rid of one of those H's. So we've gotten rid of an H and an OH, or an H2O, which is water, and then that frees up for them to combine right here. So because we have created water, this is a condensation reaction. Now if you were to go the other way and you were to get rid of this polymer and break it apart and go this way, well then water needs to be used, and you're going to have to break apart the H2O or the HOH and go ahead and put that H back over there and that OH back over there. And because you have broken apart water or made it go through a lysis, that's called a hydrolysis reaction. Here's another example of reactions. This is in the case of two amino acids coming together, and two amino acids will make a polypeptide. So in this case you can see that the O and the H from here are removed. The H from here is removed. Once again, H and OH make an H2O, which is water, of course. So water is produced. So we have a condensation reaction as that occurs. And there's the water that's produced. In the case of polypeptides, that bond is called a peptide bond. It's a special type of bond. And as you get many, many polypeptides together, you get the formation of proteins. Once again, if you were to reverse the reaction, the only way that can work is if you take the O and the H from here and put it over there, and we take the H from here and we put it over there, and so we have broken apart water, or we have done a water lysis, because remember lyse means break apart, or a hydrolysis reaction. So to summarize, as you go from monosaccharides to disaccharides and even to polysaccharides, you are having condensation reactions because water is produced. If you go the other way, from poly to di to mono, you'll have to break apart water to make that happen. And so that's called hydrolysis or hydrolysis. The other combinations we can have, as we mentioned, are amino acids. Go to polypeptides and proteins, and that of course is condensation again. And as your body breaks down proteins into polypeptides and amino acids, and you go this way, that would be hydrolysis, because you're going to need water in order to make that happen. The last major type we have are fatty acids and glycerol. And notice this one actually has two different monomers that make up our polymer, and the polymer are lipids. And of course, as you put those together, water comes off, and so that's condensation. As your body breaks down lipids for energy into fatty acids and glycerol, that will require water in order to happen. So water goes in, and that water breaks up, and so that would be hydrolysis or hydrolysis.